Hello everybody, my name is Michael Astor Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on Nets. Leave a positive like and comment or two. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Good content we've been doing there recently, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I want to wish everybody a happy Easter, happy Passover, or whatnot. I hope you have enough time and spend and enjoy with your family over this weekend. But we're going to jump right into this video, and this video is called Tariffs and the Price of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been growing like crazy. The adoption never stopped. The Bitcoin reserves never stopped. Everywhere from institutional to Wall Street to government agencies, all seem to continue to keep FOMO into Bitcoin. So the demand for Bitcoin hasn't really stopped. But the only thing that's kind of holding us back right now is this big trade war that we're in. The U.S. and Canada, the U.S. and Mexico, the U.S. and the European Union, and now the U.S. and China. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody because President Trump, he wants to do what's right for the American worker. He wants to have this trade balances, rectified. He wants fair trade, I'm not going to say free trade, but he wants fair trade. He wants reciprocal trade. And, this is what he ran on. So we can't be surprised about anything that's happening. I think a lot of fat cats on Wall Street, they gave him a lot of money. They donated to him thinking that he wasn't going to do this. And one thing I always say about President Trump, believe the man, when he says what he's going to do. Because, he 9 times out of 10, he tends to do it. So when he was running during the campaign, he said that he was going to go and fight China and Mexico and renegotiate these trade deals. I believed him. There's no doubt I did. But that definitely spooked the markets. And as everything, in this global economy, everything's correlated. Most things are correlated. You're starting to see Bitcoin break away from the correlation because most of the Wall Street fat cats had kind of sold out and got rid of their Bitcoin and whatnot. So you're starting to see a little different coordination. And Bitcoin has been holding steady. It's been holding steady between that 85K to 82K mark. So I'm bullish about that. So once this trade uncertainty, get done, and maybe 30 days, maybe 60 days, maybe 90 days, however long it's going to take, because these fat cats are not going to continue losing hundreds of billions of dollars. So I'm confident that the trade war will come to an end within months. But once it gets rectified, Bitcoin will continue its upward, potential. It will continue to grow. It will continue to hit marks that it probably should have if it wasn't for the trade disputes. So I am bullish than ever, and I see that the community is still bullish than ever. Bitcoin is going to continue to keep building, and that's what I'm seeing. That's a plus. That's a positive. So community, hang in there. Everything's good. You don't have to get worried and get crazy. Everything looks good in my opinion. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Astor Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on that. Leave a positive like and comment or two. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Major content coming there real soon, ladies and gentlemen, so don't forget to check it out. And we're doing these videos back again. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I have been going through it. I have been out for the last 2-3 weeks with a severe flu. And, everybody's under the weather out here. So it's definitely, I feel a lot better now. I'm definitely getting back on the content. I got all your messages, all your things, how you guys miss my videos. So we're doing it again, and we're back at it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to let a cold or flu stop us any longer. So let's jump into this one. Big banks are hotter than Bitcoin. So we got big banks that are definitely getting in the custodial business. Their custody of Bitcoin, custody of crypto assets. They're jumping into this lane. And this is something that they could not do under the previous administration because they have restrictions. Now President Trump come in, he reduced all those restrictions. He letting everybody who wants to, and who is able to hodl Bitcoin and hodl crypto access. That's why I say we are in the golden age of Bitcoin. We're definitely in the golden age of Bitcoin because we have allies in government. We have allies in the White House. We have allies in the Treasury. We have allies in the SEC now. We never had that in Bitcoin's existence. We never had that. But now we have that. So we're definitely in a bullish time right now, ladies and gentlemen. So I imagine you're going to see the whole range of things. You're going to see big banks competing with crypto exchanges like Coinbase and Binance. You're definitely going to see that. We already know that's coming. I think JP Morgan and BlackRock, they're combining to do some kind of exchanges coming close in the future. And then you're going to have other situations where big banks are going to hold Bitcoin, hold other crypto to their balance sheets, kind of like MicroStrategies and kind of like Tesla. So we have the whole range of things that's happening with the big banks. They're jumping into the arms race, ladies and gentlemen. Big banks are competing. They're competing against nations. They're competing against BlackRock. They're competing against MicroStrategies. They are competing for Bitcoin. And this is what I've been preaching for the last 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been watching my videos, there's an arms race for Bitcoin that's happening. And everybody knows how valuable it is. Everybody's waking up. Everybody is holding it as much as they can. So the banks, State Street, I believe, and Citibank are those two banks that are jumping into it. And they're not going to be the only ones. They're going to be all of them. JP Morgan, Bank of America, we already know BlackRock is in there. They're not a bank, but they might as well be because they control everything. And just all whole range, Wells Fargo, whole other banks are going to jump into this. This is a arms race. And these industries, these big banks are definitely going to get into it. They're going to get into Bitcoin. They're going to get into crypto. No matter what it is, whether it's SRP, whether it's Solana, whether it's whatever, they are getting into everything, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep an eye on it, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this. But this is definitely a bullish time for Bitcoin and a bullish time for the whole Bitcoin community, even the crypto community. It's just a bullish time right now. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. And I keep you updated. So don't forget to check me out in the future and check these videos out in the future. But thank you for watching. I see you on the next one, my friends. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Aston Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on the net. Leave a positive like, a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We dropped new content there earlier this week, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with this Bitcoin video, and this one is called Trump Crypto Summit. So on Friday, the President Trump, the White House, hosted the first ever crypto summit. And obviously this is what I've been saying for years, that this is something that I support. This is something that we needed to happen. We need to have voices inside the government that's making policy, that knows what the hell is going on. So I'm all for this every day of the week. And this is definitely another bullish event in my opinion, because we're having people, like I said, who are experts, people who know the industry, people who are giving great advice to not only President Trump, but his whole administration. So this is definitely a plus. The crypto summit, to my acknowledgement, was a success. A lot of good things came out of it, and I'm going to talk to you about it right now. So the most important words from this summit was President Trump saying that the federal government will find other ways to accumulate Bitcoin. So it's just not going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve with all the Bitcoin that it sees already. They're always going to be accumulated Bitcoin. President Trump has said he's going to make the U.S. the Bitcoin superpower of the world, the Bitcoin, the crypto superpower of the world. So that lets me know right now that even though a couple of days ago they did not say that outright when they first announced it, when they first signed the executive order, that the federal government and its agencies will always be accumulating Bitcoin. They may not always announce it. They may not make a big hoolah out of it, because once that happens, Bitcoin price goes up to the roof. It spikes. Any bullish momentum pushes Bitcoin price to the max. And if you're the federal government, you're trying to get Bitcoin at good deals, you don't want to announce what you're going to do like that. So I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, just look at it from the long game perspective. This is a long game. This is not a sprint anymore. This is a marathon. So we have to be receptive towards that. Also, another thing that's been on my mind is just thinking about how far have we come, ladies and gentlemen. From 7 to 6 years ago being called a scam, Bitcoin was a scam, Bitcoin was a tool for criminals, till the President of the United States created a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Think about that. To the President of the United States hosting Bitcoin and hosting crypto in the White House. Promising, laying out guidelines for the industry, accumulating Bitcoin. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. We come a long way, and the whole world is talking about Bitcoin. And we could have been more happier for it. I'm extremely happy for it. This is This is something special, ladies and gentlemen, that's happening before our eyes. And I just think that we just have to appreciate it. You know, we get caught up in price. We all want to make money. We all want the price to pump. But look at it from that perspective. From the Biden administration literally oppressing the industry. Gary Gensler, we know what he did. Okay? So think about all that's happening right now. This is definitely a golden age of Bitcoin. We have to enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. And there's going to be factors that happen, whether it's tariffs or inflation or a stock market going up and down, that's going to affect Bitcoin's momentum. We have to be understanding of that. But we also have to know that we are in a bullish time, and we need to appreciate that too. And there's only a matter of time before we're going to get those prices that we're all looking for. So I keep you guys updated. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Jackson Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on that. Leave a positive like, a comment or two, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I dropped new content there earlier this week, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is a video that I have been waiting to make, and there's no doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that we have liftoff. Donald Trump has finally created a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and that's the name of this video. This is a game changer. This is a very important milestone in the 16 years of Bitcoin existing. There's no doubt about that. This is a very extremely bullish event that happened a couple of days ago. And, you know, watching the markets over the last couple of days, it's been, you know, let's be honest, it's been a little bit of a letdown. A lot of people in the Bitcoin community are definitely let down. First of all, they wanted President Trump not only to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but they wanted him to create it in a different fashion than the way that he's doing it right now. They wanted the federal government to buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin all at once. They wanted the federal agencies to accumulate as much Bitcoin as they want. So that way, you know, the price would just skyrocket. We would instantaneously get to that 500K mark within a few days or a few weeks. And that's what it seems like most of the people in the community are upset about. Because when President Trump created this Bitcoin strategic reserve, they're doing it with existing Bitcoin that the federal government already seized. And that, it turned a lot of people off. It made a lot of people upset. There's a lot of bad things that was being said about the president over the last couple of days. That due to that crypto summit last night, he clarified a lot of things. And I just want to tell everybody just to calm down and slow down, you know, because there's a lot of things that meet the eye that we not be aware of so far. So I would say, just my opinion, not financial advice, that this is only the beginning. And there's no doubt in my mind that the federal government, whether it's the U.S. Treasury, the Federal Reserve, or any other entities that's connected to different federal agencies, they will purchase Bitcoin. They will acquire Bitcoin. President Trump said in the crypto summit that the federal government will look for other ways to get Bitcoin other than just seizing it. Now that tells me likely that they are going to purchase Bitcoin. Now, the reason why they probably didn't announce it a couple of days ago in that manner, just that way, that the federal government is going to purchase Bitcoin, because let's be honest, this is a Bitcoin's arms race. Everybody wants Bitcoin. Bitcoin is valuable. And I guarantee you, Trump is a very smart businessman. Nobody wants to pay Bitcoin when it's at 500K, when it's nearly $1 million asset. Big banks like but big banks like Chase, big banks like Wells Fargo, and other banks, they want to get Bitcoin at a discount. BlackRock, big financial institution, they want to get it at a discount. So, in my opinion, Donald Trump knows that this is competition. He knows that there's an arms race. He wants the federal government to get Bitcoin also very cheaply. So you don't put all your cards on the table like that. In my opinion, announce it. So we have to be honest and strategic about this, ladies and gentlemen. They're probably not going to announce that straight out, because they're probably not going to get as much Bitcoin as they want if they announce that, because the price is going to skyrocket it. Never forget that everybody wants to get Bitcoin at a discount, including the federal government, the big banks, BlackRock, Wall Street, even retail investors. We all want Bitcoin at a discount because we know how valuable it is. So we cannot underestimate that part of this. So this is bullish for Bitcoin no matter what the market does. We are in a Bitcoin golden age. We are definitely in a season of bullishness. And it's only a matter of time before we hit those numbers that we're all looking for, my friends. So thank you guys for watching. And I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Astor Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me on that. Leave a positive like and comment or two. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. New content coming there, so don't forget to check it out. And we're back with another video. Will Bitcoin hit the 500K mark? And you know, we're coming out with this content because a couple of days ago, actually a few days ago, this company, Standard Charter, released a report saying that by the end of President Trump's second term, that Bitcoin will hit 500K mark, in that range. I had no reason to doubt this company. Like I said, this is what they do for a living. Sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, investments, stuff like that. They got their hands all in the ETFs also. So I have no reason to doubt this company. But I just feel, in my opinion, my humble opinion, ladies and gentlemen, that it's going to be a lot sooner. I think if everything continues to keep happening like it has been happening, within 2 years we'll probably hit that number. And I'm staking it off the arms rates. I'm staking it off the Bitcoin strategic reserves. I'm staking it off all the adoption that's happening all around you. Every single day we have some news or some kind of adoption all around the world. So if this continues to happen, most likely than not, we're going to get there a lot sooner, way sooner by the end, before President Trump's second term is over, in my opinion. And for you people who know me, you guys know I am a Bitcoin bull. There's nobody that's out there probably more bullish than I am. Probably Michael Saylor is the only one that's probably more bullish than I am. But, you know, we have to also be realistic. And this is a lot of things, you know, a lot of people do not want to hear. And I'm gonna make you guys listen to it this time, though. You have to hear it. Because markets are emotional, ladies and gentlemen. Markets are emotional because people are emotional. I don't care how many advanced trading, AI trading bots that are doing this stuff for these companies. When it comes to money, when it comes to assets, when it comes to value, people just tend to get emotional. So any little thing that can scare people. What I'm thinking about is interest rates, change in interest rates, tariffs, inflation going back up. These things will stop a bullish momentum just because of the fear, of the uncertainty and the doubt. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, markets are emotional. So we got to keep close eye for that. But barring that, with all the institutional adoption, with all the investment, with all the ETFs, with all the big banks finally hollering Bitcoin, you know, we're definitely going to get to that number. So my answer to that question, will Bitcoin hit 500K? Yes, it will hit 500K, in my humble opinion. But the time frame. Standard Charter said by the end of President Trump's second term. I believe a lot sooner. But no matter if it's within 2 years or within 4 years, we will definitely get there, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is the age of Bitcoin. We are in the golden age of Bitcoin. And we can never forget that. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this, and I see you on the next one. Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Astor Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on Nets. Leave a positive like and comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming there really soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back with another fun and another decent Bitcoin video. I imagine you guys are going to like this one a lot. And this one's called, Will the U.S. Create a Strategic Bitcoin Reserve video? And this is what everybody's thinking about. You know, I know a couple of weeks ago, Trump, his crypto czar, I can't remember the guy's name, but his crypto czar said that he's looking into it. We know President Trump said that he's going to make the U.S. the crypto capital and the AI capital of the world. So we know the bullish speak. That's definitely a bullish speak. Definitely a golden age in the air right now when it comes to Bitcoin. Definitely the adoption, the FOMO that's happening all around us. And we have specific states. States like Montana, states like Texas, Florida, Massachusetts, other states in the union that are definitely looking into Bitcoin strategic reserve because they know this is an arms race. and they know they want to get as much Bitcoin as possible, ladies and gentlemen. So, in my opinion, like I said, I have no doubt that one will be created. I don't know. I don't know when though. I really don't know when. Most likely, it could be later this year. It could be this year. They're very not big on the details when it comes to that. They're definitely looking into it, and I have a feeling that they will do it at some point this year. And once that happens, you're going to see Bitcoin just go through the roof. You're never going to see a bullish momentum, a bull run like we're going to have in that day. When you have the federal government, whether it's the Treasury or whether it's the Federal Reserve, investing and holding in Bitcoin, holding Bitcoin and balance sheets, like it's doing with other assets. That is a major explosion. That's major bullish momentum for the Bitcoin markets, in my opinion. When that transpires, when that happens. So my personal opinion, I believe, is going to be part of the U.S. Investment wealth fund. I believe President Trump is setting one up, and I think Saudi Arabia also did the same thing. They invest like $200 billion in this big fund, and just invest in a whole bunch of industries and countries. They make money and they bring it back to the state or to the country that initiated that. So we're finally doing that. The U.S. is going to have a wealth investment fund, which I found very interesting. We've never done that before, but we're definitely going to do that. And I can see no better asset to add in there but Bitcoin. That's just my personal opinion. That's my humble opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Trump does that, or let's see if it's the U.S. Treasury or the Federal Reserve or some other federal agency. But a Bitcoin strategic reserve is definitely something that the country needs. It'd be great for Bitcoin. It'd be great for the United States. It'd be great for the arms race. It'd just be great all around. So let's see. I'm going to keep you guys updated, and we're going to see when this actually transpires. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I see you on the next one. Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Ashton Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here and next. Leave a positive like and comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming there real soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to jump right into this one. And it's kind of self-explanatory. This is kind of like a clickbait kind of title. Will Bitcoin hit a new all-time high? And everybody watching this video who's in the Bitcoin community, who's a Bitcoin bull, who's a Bitcoin fan, we all know that Bitcoin is going to hit a new all-time high. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm really talking about, will Bitcoin hit a new all-time high this year, 2025? Will it? So we already hit it earlier this year, I believe. I got to double check. But I believe we already hit it this year. I believe the all-time high is around 108K, right? So with President Trump doing all these things, executive orders, releasing a lot of things, we're definitely going to, in my opinion, we're definitely going to get there this year. Now, there's some headwinds to, pay close attention to, but I believe if they're under control, with all the adoption, with all the FOMO that's happening, we definitely can reach that target. We definitely have bullish momentum on our side, ladies and gentlemen. State governments, the federal government, foreign governments are all instituting bills and all investing in Bitcoin, holding Bitcoin, going to set up Bitcoin strategic reserves. Certain states are going to do that. We're definitely in a golden age of Bitcoin. I've been saying this in my videos recently because we really are in the golden age of Bitcoin. And we have this arms race that's happening as everybody's competing in it. And so far, I have to make another video about this actually, because in my opinion, BlackRock has just been killing it. They've been dominating the Bitcoin arms race. Everybody's catching up. Don't get me wrong, but they have the most Bitcoin. They've been dominating. They are everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. They are everywhere. So with this in mind, will we get to a new all-time high this year? Definitely. We're definitely going to get there. There's no doubt in my mind that we achieve that. So pay close attention to all the breaking news that's happening, because breaking news is it's happening every day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm keeping up. I'm trying to keep up, and I will always update you, ladies and gentlemen, about this breaking news that are happening. But just keep watching this channel, and you be the best informed Bitcoin community that you possibly could be. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Ashton Jr. I'm back with another video here. Don't forget to follow me here on Nets. Leave a positive like, a comment or two, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We got new content coming there very soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We've been back, we've been out for the last couple of weeks with a cold, but we're slowly wrenching back up into form, and we're back with this another important video here, ladies and gentlemen. The hacking of Bybit. And this is another important video. Whenever it affects, retail investors, just the regular folks out there, I'm always more attuned to follow it and more attuned to, be concerned about it, because I don't want regular folks out there being taken advantage of and being hurt and stuff like that. So this is another unfortunate incident. If you've been following the news over the last 24 hours, Bybit, they've been hacked. They lost about $1.4 billion worth of Ethereum and possibly other assets, if you ask me, because the way that the CEO and the companies and the PR that they've been sending out there, this is very devastating to them. This is a very bad hack, and it's definitely going to affect everybody who do transactions on this exchange, in my opinion. Now, we all know that security breaches can happen to any exchanges. Hell, it even happens to, Fortune 500 companies and banks. So this is not a new phenomenon. It happens. And a mid-sized, exchange like Bybit is not a major exchange, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Coinbase, it's not Gemini, it's not Crypto.com, it's not Binance. So this is a mid-tier to small exchange, and this is a big hit for them. $1.4 billion they lost. This is a big hit. And I imagine that, and the CEO came out with this today, that he's taking loans to make sure that business continue to keep going up. They're saying the right things. The PR is saying the right things, that they'll solve it, that they're not going to have any issues with bank runs or stuff like that. But you can tell that, the CEO is definitely nervous. He's in a bind here, because once the retail investors, and once anybody, no matter what business it is, once you lose confidence in the institution playing with your money and your assets, pretty much that's game over. As FTX about that. Once you lose money and confidence with that your assets are not going to be protected, then you're kind of in a bad way there. So if you use this particular exchange, you're going to be affected. That's just the nature of the game here. But I also want to take this time just to say it again, and I probably made about a dozen videos on this about self-custody, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what exchange you use, whether it's Coinbase or Binance or a small tier, exchange, never leave your assets on these exchanges, because once you do that, it is not your money anymore. It's their money, and these exchanges do not have the best security protocols. Just saying it plain out, they really don't. Criminals, they target these exchanges. These are digital banks. These exchanges hold cash, they hold Bitcoin, they hold Ethereum, they hold all kind of crypto assets. They hold stable coins. This is a digital bank, ladies and gentlemen. Do not leave your assets in these exchanges, because you're taking all the risks and you're not getting any of the rewards, in my opinion. Get you a digital cold wallet, or get you some kind of nano ledger, a physical cold storage wallet, something that you have control over. And even if it's a digital cold wallet like a Coinbase wallet or something like that, that is off the internet. You have physical keys to that. That's something that you control. It's safe. You don't want to leave your assets on exchanges. I just don't understand that for the life of me, why people do that. And if you're like a trader, then I understand you constantly got to have capital on there. But, limit how much you have on there. Don't leave all your assets on these exchanges, because things like this can happen, unfortunately. I'm definitely going to keep you guys updated on this. And, this is just a bad situation overall. I feel for the people who lost money. Hopefully this could be a learning lesson. Don't leave your money on exchanges, ladies and gentlemen. Self-custody. So thanks for watching. I'll update you guys later. And I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Ashton Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on Nets. Leave a positive like, a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Big content coming there real soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I've been thinking about making this video for more than a week now. And I just wanted to think about it and get my thoughts in order, because this is not a easy situation or an easy topic to talk about in the Bitcoin community. So the Trump meme coin, you know, that's been happening for like over a week. I think if it was released right before his inauguration or maybe after his inauguration, I'm not 100% sure. But it's been taking off like gangbusters. And a lot of people in the Bitcoin community that I see, they're very upset about this. You know, just in nature, most Bitcoiners, they're very anti, other tokens other than Bitcoin, especially meme tokens. I mean, most of us, we believe that these things should not exist. We believe that meme tokens have no purpose. I mean, as a Bitcoiner, a hardcore Bitcoiner, you appreciate value and you appreciate utility. And Bitcoin has all that. But some of these meme tokens, although they are valuable, I mean, but there's no purpose behind their value, which is why it makes a lot of Bitcoiners upset. They think they all should be gone. They think they all should be banned. They think 99% of all other cryptos are just, BS. That, they're shit coins. They shouldn't be on the market. Now, there's some cryptos out there that has a reason for being, whether we want to admit it or not. Ethereum, in my opinion, is not a shit coin. Cardano, probably not a shit coin. Solana used to be bad tech, but now it looks like there's something going on there. So me as a Bitcoiner, I could appreciate other cryptos that bring value, but none of these cryptos will ever be as big as Bitcoin or even be more important or overtake Bitcoin, in my opinion. That's why I'm secure in saying that. I can recognize other cryptos' value without being scared or being worried that it's going to overtake Bitcoin, because that's never going to happen. What I'm seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, let me be straightforward and clear with you guys. That's most likely never going to happen. There's too much institution adoption behind Bitcoin, too much money behind Bitcoin, too much reasons for it to succeed behind Bitcoin. But just because all those cases are true, that doesn't mean that other cryptos cannot survive or even thrive in this environment. And I'm not a hater in that sense. If you invested another, these meme coins like the Trump coin, or you adopted what's the other one, Doge coins or Shiba Inu, Pepe or whatever it is, then if you do well, good for you. You do well, you make money. I'm happy for you in that sense. But those coins are a lot more riskier. So I mean, everybody, especially in the Bitcoin community, we hate rug pulls. Rug pulls. We hate rug pulls, and these coins often, mostly than not, end up being a rug pull at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna, for all the people who's watching these videos who are investing in these cryptos, I'm not gonna beat you down and tear you down. I'm just saying, just do your research and be careful with your money at the end of the day, because that's what's all come down to. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to take care of your families. I want you guys to invest in Bitcoin, obviously. Not financial advice, just my opinion. You would do very well if you could afford to do that. But these other cryptos, they're a lot more riskier. But sometimes big risk, big reward. So I'm not going to be upset if you guys do that also. So Trump, as a businessman, created this meme token. And he may look like he's worth more than $58 billion now. So as a businessman, it's working out for him. And as a Bitcoiner, I can appreciate everything the president has done for the Bitcoin community with these executive orders. So I'm willing to give the president a pass on this one, because I know he's in his heart, he cares about our community, he cares about the United States, he cares about making money, but he's not a Bitcoiner at heart. He's a businessman. So we have to recognize that also. But I mean, you guys have any thoughts? Let me know, Bitcoin community. Let me know in the comments. Like this video, follow me, and let's hash this out. So, thank you guys for watching. It's been interesting. As you can see, I'm still getting my thoughts on this. I'm still not 100% sure, about this whole issue about meme coins. But, we're getting there. So, thank you guys for watching. I see you on the next one, my friends. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Astor Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on that. Leave a positive like, a comment or two. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Big content coming there real soon. I'm getting on there, ladies and gentlemen, so don't forget to subscribe. and we're gonna jump into this video because this is another important video. And say what you want about President Trump, but he's anything but boring. I mean, this man, especially as a Bitcoin content creator, this man is giving me tons and tons of content to talk about because he is breaking news daily. That's what he do. He break news. So yesterday was no exception at all, ladies and gentlemen. So yesterday, the president signed a couple of executive orders. You know, the first one was, I think, he rescind a Biden administration executive order, SB 121, which is pretty much an affirmative that constrains banks from holding Bitcoin and digital assets. So it stops banks, it outlaws them from holding digital assets of Bitcoin and etc. And that is a big one because now this constrains the bank. This opened the banks up with their capital, with their trillions and trillions of dollars in assets to hold Bitcoin to their balance sheets and hold other digital assets to their balance sheets, which is something that they always wanted to do, but they just couldn't. So that is another big one. And the other executive order was, look like the president is setting up a exploration or some kind of crypto committee to explore to Bitcoin and digital assets, particularly as a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So that is big news. And I hope they go through with that because there's nothing that the country needs more than more Bitcoin. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? This is a Bitcoin arms race at this point. Everybody wants it. Foreign nations wants it. Banks wants it. BlackRock wants it. Wall Street wants it. Everybody, retail investors want it. Everybody's competing for the small set of Bitcoin that's out there on the market. So it'd be wise for the president to do this, to set up a Bitcoin strategic reserve. And if you haven't watched my video, I made a video about this a couple of days ago, so go out there and watch it. But yeah, this would be huge. It'd be big breaking news if this transpired. And I have no doubt that it probably will transpire because, let's be honest, we were all worried. At least I was. I made videos saying, if President Trump did this, if President Trump did that. And it seemed like he's fulfilling most of his promises. Everything he said he was going to do, he's doing, pertaining to Bitcoin or not Bitcoin. So, you know, that's important because we have a Bitcoin president now. And he's standing by his word and he's uplifting the community. And also, I don't want to forget this either. He gave a speech yesterday when he broke all this down. And he said he's going to make the United States the AI and the crypto capital of the world. And when I hear crypto, I think Bitcoin because this is the most important crypto. It's the biggest crypto. So, I mean, that's huge. That is a big, huge dump right there. So, I mean, we are definitely in a new age of Bitcoin. And I made a video about that too. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch that too. We're definitely in a new age of Bitcoin. We're in the golden age of Bitcoin. And things are progressing smoothly, in my opinion. Things are progressing even better than I thought they would. So before I wrap this video up, I just want to say congratulations to Senator Loomis. Senator Loomis, she became the committee chairwoman for digital assets in the Senate, which is also important because we have allies in the Senate, we have allies in the House, we have allies in the White House, we have allies in the U.S. government. So that's good for Bitcoin. It's good for all digital currencies if you invest. So yeah, I mean, President Trump is keeping his promises. Things are definitely happening in a positive way, and things look good for Bitcoin. There's no doubt that we may get to that 250K number or even more. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I keep you posted with more breaking news because this man is keeping me busy. There's no doubt about that. And I see you guys in the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Aston Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on Nets. Leave a positive like, a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming there real soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in case you guys didn't know, we are in a new Bitcoin golden age. There's no doubt about that. After what I've seen over the last few days and what I see coming up in the last few weeks that we've been experiencing, there's no doubt we're definitely in a new golden Bitcoin age. Bitcoin strategic reserves are being announced by multiple states, from Oklahoma to Massachusetts to California to a whole bunch of states that are announcing it. It's actually quite amazing to see that the FOMO is real. The FOMO is happening. Like I've been saying for 2 years here, guys, the Bitcoin arms race is real. Don't let anybody tell you anything differently. It is definitely real. You know, Wall Street, you know, BlackRock got his hands all up in Bitcoin. It got so much billions and billions of dollars in the ETFs, and pretty soon going to be, you know, holding Bitcoin on his balance sheets pretty soon. There's no question in my mind about that. So as Trump get into office, and I know he's signing a whole bunch of executive orders over the last couple of days. Hopefully he get towards the Bitcoin, the crypto ones. But it's only a matter of time before those guidelines that the Biden administration passed about companies and banks not holding Bitcoin on his balance sheet, that will end. We will have new, you know, regulatory framework for crypto and for Bitcoin and all this other good stuff. So, I mean, that kind of stuff is already happening. On day one, the president made true on his promises. He said he was going to do a whole bunch of executive orders. He has done them, and there's more coming. So we could be optimistic, and we could, you know, rejoice that we finally have a Bitcoin president in the White House. We never had that before, ladies and gentlemen. Now we definitely do. Bitcoin value will only continue to increase due to its scarcity, due to its volume, due to its value, due to everything, the storage of value, everything that Bitcoin represents. It was only increased, ladies and gentlemen. This is part of the FOMO. This is part of the arms race, like I always say. So it's only going to continue to increase, and we can hold true that President Trump will hold on to his promises. He's going to make this country the crypto capital of the world, the Bitcoin capital of the world. So that's bullish. That's definitely an optimistic thing, no doubt about that. So we are in a new golden age of Bitcoin, and I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet because I've been rambling on in my last videos. So I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. And I appreciate you guys, and I thank you, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Asher Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on that. Leave a positive like, a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm getting on as we speak. New content coming here real soon. So don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And I just woke up. I had to make this video. It's been on my mind for the last couple of days as the breaking news that's been breaking. And you know, all the Trump executive orders that he's been talking about. So this video is called Bitcoin Strategic Reserve video. You know, that's what I'm gonna name this video. So a few days ago, 2-3 days ago, Donald Trump has relayed what he's gonna do when he becomes president. He's kind of leaked a couple of things in the administration, incoming administration has leaked a couple of things about crypto executive orders and just crypto industry as a whole. He wants to make crypto a national priority. The couple of executive orders he talked about was building a crypto council in the White House. So he's going to have a list of advisors and founders around him, give them information. And if you've been watching my videos for the last 2 years, you know that's exactly what we advocate for. What I advocate for is that the president, the SEC, they don't have nobody around them that's telling them the right things. They're just kind of winging it as they go. They just got investors, Wall Street, and business guys who don't know nothing about the industry. So it's important to have people like Michael Saylor in there and Charles Hoskinson, people who know Bitcoin, people who know the industry, to give the president the right advice and tell him, you know, how things work and how things are going to operate, stuff like that. So this is a big plus. The second executive order he said he's going to sign was, I believe it was something like reining in the SEC. He's going to rein in the SEC. The crypto enforcement is going to end. The crackdown is going to end. 2.0 under Biden is officially over with Donald Trump become president. So that's another positive thing. And the third thing is, I'm not sure this is going to be a different executive order or not. I'm going to still do more research on it. But he's been hinting that he wants to do a Bitcoin strategic reserve. You know, and as soon as this has been relayed, you start seeing over the last couple of days, nearly most of the states in the United States want to do the same things. State senators, state houses in Oklahoma trying to pass bills. Houses in California introducing bills. Houses in Massachusetts, you know, introducing bills. We already know Wyoming and Texas and Florida already have some stuff going on. But this is what I've been talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And you've been watching my videos, go watch my video I just revisited a couple of days ago or yesterday, I believe. Bitcoin arms race. This goes into it. This is part of the arms race I've been talking about for years now. You know, everybody, whether it's state governments, city governments, the federal government, other government, foreign governments, businesses, Wall Street, BlackRock, everybody want to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. And you're seeing FOMO coming. You're seeing FOMO happening right now. Excuse me. You're seeing a lot of FOMO happening because in a couple of days, President Trump is going to take office again. And he's made it known to the world that he wants the United States to become the crypto capital of the world, the Bitcoin capital of the world. And that's something that I could get behind. Let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I could get behind that vision. No doubt about it. So if you're a company, if you're a government, state government or federal government, it makes sense to have Bitcoin on your balance sheet. It makes sense to hold Bitcoin as a store of value to protect your wealth, to protect your assets. Or if you're a company, if you're a hedge fund, if you're on Wall Street, it makes sense to have Bitcoin on your balance sheet because that's going to boost your profits. So it's just a win-win in my opinion. Everybody should be doing this. And that's what we're starting to see. So this video already went too long for me. I wanted to make a short video, but when I talk about Bitcoin, I tend to go on. So forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. But more content coming on this, more content coming after President Trump is inaugurated, because a lot of breaking news is happening rapid fast right now. So thank you guys for watching this, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Hassan Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me on X, leave a positive like and comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming there real soon. I've been pumping that up for months now. I'm going to get on it, so just check it out, subscribe. New content coming there real soon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so, and by the way, Happy New Year. We're in 2025 now. Happy New Year. Hopefully you guys have a safe and a healthy New Year. And we're going to get into this video. And it is a very interesting title I created for this video. The title of this video is called, Does BlackRock Has Too Much Control of Bitcoin? And it's a very interesting title. First, before I get into it, I'm going to start with a story. I made a video about 2 years ago. And by then, nobody didn't really watch it or anything like that. But I made a video in the dumps of the crypto winter after the whole Sam Bankman-Fried fiasco, after interest rates were being ratcheted up, everybody was losing their shirts, everybody was upset, everybody was in the poorhouse. And I said 2 years ago, for the Bitcoin community, if we want these high prices that we know Bitcoin can get to, but it's going to take a little bit of help. If we want these high prices, if we want the ETFs to be approved, if we want major mainstream adoption, then we're going to lose a sense of the community. We're going to lose a sense of what Bitcoin represents to the grassroots, to the early developers, to everybody. You know, because once you let Wall Street in, it's never going to be the same. Yes, Wall Street is going to pump that thing up. They're going to manipulate Bitcoin. They're going to make as much money as they can from it. They want to control it. That's what Wall Street wants to do. When I say Wall Street, you know, investment banks, you know, Federal Reserve, they all included. They're all the same to me. But when I really think about Wall Street, I think about the most powerful corporation in the world, which is BlackRock. BlackRock owns every major piece of corporation on earth. Every major Fortune 500 company, they have major stocks and major shares in. You know, BlackRock controls the world, in my opinion. So once you allow that happen, you allow the institutional money to come in. It's good. The prices went up. A lot of people made a lot of money. I'm sure Michael Saylor is happy. He's worth multi-billions of dollars now. But, you know, we lose a sense of what it was. We lose a sense. It's not the same anymore. And it's kind of hard to put into words, but, you know, it's definitely mainstream now. That's a good thing in my opinion. And a lot of people may not be upset with it. So if you're not upset with it, hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But what I'm saying is it would never be the same as it was before. That's what I'm saying. So in my opinion, BlackRock was always going to be the winner of the Bitcoin arms race because they have $9 trillion in assets. They could literally just buy more than anybody on earth. You know, they have the connections, they have the money, and whatever they want, pretty much they're going to get. They wanted the ETFs. They pushed for the ETFs. And Gary Gensler, give him credit, he did his best to try to deny it. But as soon as BlackRock said there's going to be ETF, guess what? There was a Bitcoin ETF, guys. So that lets you know how powerful these guys really are. Now I'm going to make another video on something that happened 2 weeks ago with BlackRock. You know, everybody talk about that commercial. I've been so busy I haven't been able to make a video about it, but I'm going to. This is going to be my next video after this one. But they put in question Bitcoin 21 cap. The 21 supply, the fifth supply that makes Bitcoin valuable. They put in question. Maybe that's not so set in stone according to BlackRock. Maybe they may want more Bitcoin than 21 million. So I'm going to tease that. That's a little tease right there. I'm going to make another video, and my next video is going to be exactly on that. And that would drive all the Bitcoiners crazy if they even tried to destroy Bitcoin 21 million fixed cap supply. Because that's what will give Bitcoin its value, in my opinion. So that's coming up next, guys. But for sure, BlackRock is a very powerful entity, and they do control Bitcoin right now. There's no doubt about that. Thank you guys for watching. Watch the next video. I'm going to call it part 2, and I see you guys in the next one, my friends. Thank you. Everybody, my name is Michael Ashton Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on Nest. Leave a positive like, a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming there real soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Just subscribe to it. And, you know, Happy New Year also. You know, let me be the last one to wish you guys a Happy New Year. And we're going to get right into this one. Now, I teased this one in my earlier video. Now, I'm going to change the title a little bit. But this is still part 2, in my opinion, and it's all about BlackRock and his ability trying to change Bitcoin's 21 million fixed supply. So I'm gonna call this video "Can BlackRock Change Bitcoin 21 million fixed supply?" video. It's kind of long, but I'm gonna shorten it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, about a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, BlackRock pretty much made a video. They made a commercial, an ad promoted Bitcoin. It was mostly positive. It was mostly good. But there was a little thing at the end when they put Bitcoin, you know, listing all the positives, all the good things about Bitcoin. And they put 21 million, you know, fixed supply in quotations and a question mark. And that had people in the community thinking that maybe BlackRock is trying to change the supply of Bitcoin, which would be very difficult to do, but not impossible to do. And I'm going to explain why. But before I go into that one, a little history lesson. We've been through this before, ladies and gentlemen. Back in 2015 and 2017, we've been through this before. And let me tell you what happened then. So Bitcoin miners, developers, and exchanges all fought for how much information, how much data they could put inside a Bitcoin block. And this led to the block war, as they call it. And it was very... we still feeling the effects of it today. So they fought over control of the block. They fought over control of the protocols and the rules of Bitcoin. And the big blockers pretty much lost the war. So you see the big hard fork, you see the whole thing split up into two. And that's what became Bitcoin Cash. That's what that ultimately became. In 2017, everybody knew there was a hard fork, and that's what happened. But, you know, the small blocks won the war. So the developers who won the small blocks kept it as close as Satoshi's vision as possible, in my opinion. And they won the war, and this is the Bitcoin that we enjoy today. The 21 million fixed supply, you know, the whole blockchain, the whole thing about the miners and stuff like that, you know, the halving, the sort of protocols that we have today. That's things that they follow over. The protocols and the rules of Bitcoin going forward. So the big blockers lost the war, the small blockers won the war. And that's how we live under the rules and the protocols of Bitcoin policy today. Now, Bitcoin 21 million fixed supply is something that all Bitcoiners agree on. Whether they're maximists, whether they agree with other cryptos or whatnot. But one thing that we all agree on is the 21 million fixed supply. it is essential to Bitcoin survival that this does not get changed. Because the moment it happens, Bitcoin loses most of its value. That's what separates it from all the other, I don't want to talk bad about the other coins, but the other coins with a whole bunch of supply, Dogecoin and stuff like that. Don't kill me, okay, guys, but Dogecoin with quadrillion coins out there and stuff like that, pretty much it became as a meme stock. We don't want Bitcoin to become that. We want Bitcoin to be recognized for its value. And scarcity is extremely important to the Bitcoin protocol, to the Bitcoin community. It's valuable because it's scarce. The US dollar is a perfect example. It isn't scarce. The government continued to print US dollars at mayhem. And it lost 99% of its value over the last, 70 or 80 years. Bitcoin value is due to its scarcity. And that 21 million fit supply is extremely important to the community. And they will fight BlackRock to the death over this. And BlackRock trying to change that. And I think BlackRock knows that. So I'm going to calm down. Community, calm down. BlackRock isn't stupid enough to do that. At the end of the day, they're very greedy people. They want to make money. They have $55 billion invested in the ETS through Bitcoin. So they want to make money. They do this, they lose money, they destroy Bitcoin. I don't think they're going to do that. So let's calm down. But let's keep a close eye on them too. We're gonna watch them. And we're gonna keep a close eye on them. But let's calm down. The 21 million supply is not gonna change anytime soon. So this is one of my longer videos. I have to make it long because this is an extremely important topic, and we gotta keep close eyes on them, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for watching, and I see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Aston Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on this. Leave a positive like or comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming there real soon, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And before I start this video, I just want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. I hope that you guys enjoy this time with your friends and your family, and I hope this new year be a happy and a healthy new year also too. So before I get into this video, I also want to thank my followers, the viewers who've been watching me in 2024 and 2023. And I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate the positive comments and the support. And we're going to keep it going until 2025. So this video is called 2025 preview video. And what can we expect in 2025 as Bitcoiners, as part of the Bitcoin community? What can we expect? And I'm going to let you guys know exactly what I'm going to expect. First thing first is that the Bitcoin arms race is going to continue. You're going to still have institutions, corporations, Wall Street. You're going to have nations, countries of all kinds continue to accumulate Bitcoin. I never expect that not to happen. That's going to continue to happen. But what I'm looking for and what I expect is when President Trump, when he gets sworn in on January 20th, is he going to go through with all the promises he made? Because all the markets, all the hopium, all the bullishness that we're seeing is based on the promises that we believe that President Trump is going to deliver for the Bitcoin community. And also Bitcoin policy as a totality. With the U.S. government now under new leadership, what is going to be the Bitcoin policy, even the crypto policy under the leadership of President Trump and the Republican Party? So that is something that I'm looking closely at right now. I'm also looking at one of the promises that President Trump made, government agencies like the U.S. Treasury, who got their own problems with China just hacking them the other day. But that's a different video for a different day. And the Federal Reserve, what are their stance going to be when it comes to Bitcoin policy? Are they going to accumulate? Are they going to write different rules that make it easier for corporations of Wall Street to hodl and hold Bitcoin? Like, what is the stance is going to be towards Bitcoin and crypto policy as a whole? That's also another area that I'm looking at right now. Sensible rules of the road, sensible regulation when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto. The government should have a pretty good hands-on attitude when it comes to that. And we know they don't know everything, so they should bring people from the community who do know, who could consult them. Like I said, it shouldn't be this difficult. After, 15, 16 years of Bitcoin being out there, they have sensible regulations and sensible rules of the road for not only Bitcoin but for other crypto, companies and crypto currencies that's out there on the market. The government should do their due diligence. They should hire or at least bring in the best people to help them get through this transition. Because whether they like it or not, Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's only going to get stronger and stronger. It's going to be integrated in the U.S. economy. It's only going to become more household. It's only going to become more mainstream worldwide. And it's already doing that right now. So if the government wants to keep and maintain control, the best bet is to accumulate Bitcoin, is to wrap their arms around Bitcoin, in my opinion, if they want to be successful and continue their dominance like governments like to do. So to wrap this up, I believe 2025 is going to be bigger than 2024 was for Bitcoin. And I don't say that lightly, ladies and gentlemen. 2024 was really big for Bitcoin. The ETFs, other adoption, getting over that 100K mark, that psychological number, 100K, getting over that, that's a big deal. So 2024 was extremely popular, extremely successful for Bitcoin. But 2025, in my opinion, is going to be even bigger. And it starts on January 20th with President Trump gets sworn in and he starts delivering on his promises and his policies on Bitcoin. So let's watch out for that. Let's keep a close eye on that. I'm going to update you guys. I'm going to definitely keep you guys in the loop and see what's happening. Any new news on that. But thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Aston Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on X, leave a positive like, a comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming at the beginning of the year, so don't forget to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. And before I get into this one, I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a Happy New Year. So whatever holidays you celebrate, I just want to, wish my followers and my viewers a happy holidays. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's been a great year, and we're going to jump right into this video. This one's called Bitcoin 2024 Review Video. Now, Bitcoin 2024 video has been completely crazy this year. It's up nearly 133% for the year. That's a massive return on investment. That's a massive successful year, in my opinion. And I think I can speak for everybody in the Bitcoin community where I say, we're expecting the exact same thing, if not even more, in 2025. So this year has definitely lived up to his expectations, no doubt about that. We have billions of dollars going into the ETF space. We have retail investment that's never left the space. We have Wall Street investment. We have institutional investment. And we also are getting, more governments involved and more governments looking at Bitcoin in a serious matter because they see its scarcity. And they see how special it is. So this year was definitely a big move forward. Definitely in adoption and momentum going forward. Even pension funds definitely got into the midst of the ETFs and got into the midst of Bitcoin adoption. So there's a whole bunch of revenue sources that are feeding in this growth for Bitcoin. And it's only going to continue to grow as it gets more and more adoption going. I predicted that we were past the 100K mark. I made a couple of videos back in August or September. We definitely hit that goal, and I believe right before the election or after the election in November. So we definitely been on march. We've been on our targets, and we've been spot on, at least when you come to this channel and this video, that we're going to get things right as far as that kind of stuff. But it's just been a remarkable year for Bitcoin, and we cannot underestimate how special it's been, especially the last few years, how we've been in a Bitcoin winter. This year has been a massive breakout, and we should all celebrate that. So as we turn the calendar to 2025, and with a new president, an old president, but also a new president coming in, and Mr. Donald Trump coming in, we can expect more growth going forward, definitely. And this year is just the beginning of things. I believe next year we could probably redo triple what we did this year. If President Trump stayed true to his promises and if he delivered on the things that he said he was going to do for Bitcoin. If he does that, then the sky is the limit, my friends. There's no doubt about that. So this has been a great 2024. I look forward to 2025. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. And happy holidays and happy new year. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Ashton Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on X. Leave a positive like and comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New content coming by the beginning of next year, so don't forget to check that out, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another Bitcoin video, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy this one. Now I know there's been a little pullback since I've seen this stat, definitely in the markets, because the Federal Reserve, because of Jerome Powell and what he said at his last rate cut meeting. And he was very bearish, and put a lot of caveats on a lot of things. But I think about a week ago I said a stat that Bitcoin was up 133% for the year, which is amazing in any year, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you're investing in Bitcoin strictly for return purposes and as an investment, then that's a massive return on your investment. That's a massive return of your hard-earned capital going to work there for you. So that is also extremely important. So congrats to you guys. 133% for 1 year is a hell of a profit. Let's not minimize that. If you're holding Bitcoin for the future, then your net worth, your whole profit, your storage of value just increased significantly. You definitely became a lot more wealthier from the beginning of the year towards the end of the year, because 133% growth is, like I said, that's an amazing stat. But the thing is, we're just getting started. I mean, that could be peanuts compared to what happened next year, in my opinion. So whether you guys are investing in Bitcoin for return purposes, for investment purposes, or you're holding Bitcoin to protect your wealth, to protect your storage of value, you guys made an excellent decision. There's no doubt about that in my mind. So this whole year for Bitcoin, in my opinion, has been a total success. Adoption is growing rapidly. Everything that's going to happen next year is definitely a big plus, big size, So that's all positive, bullish things that are happening right now. So 133% this year is a good return on your investment. But next year, let's watch that double, triple, maybe quadruple that. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. And I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Ashton Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me on X. Leave a positive like and comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Major updates coming there, so don't forget to check it out very soon. And we're back with, quite frankly, this is my favorite topic, my favorite title to make. I make, over these last 2 years, maybe hundreds of videos, and I always make a video about the arms race. I always make different variations of the Bitcoin arms race. I feel like it's the most important topic in Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Yeah, as an investor in Bitcoin and other crypto since 2018, and since 2 years I've been making these videos, hundreds of videos, there's no doubt that the Bitcoin arms race is the most important topic. And I'm going to tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. The whole reason for President Biden choke point 2.0, that operation that they ran, was to get Bitcoin, get crypto assets out of the hands of you, the retail investor, out of the hands of regular people, out of the hands of the people who created it, and give it to financial institutions that are favorable towards the government. So they want to give that kind of stuff to the banks, give that stuff to the hedge funds, BlackRock, Vanguard, and etc. That was the whole point of it. It was to slow it down, because they could not comprehend what was happening. It was moving light speeds for them. And if they cannot destroy something, they would want to take it over. They want to dominate that. Let me say that again, ladies and gentlemen. When the feds, when the government cannot control something, if they cannot destroy something, they want to control it. If they can't kill it, they want to control it. Because one thing the government fears is losing control and dominance. That's one thing that the U.S. government fears, is losing control and dominance. No one fears the U.S. government, losing control and dominance. So in the recent past, bankers, BlackRock, Vanguard, the establishment, financial institutions, they all would say terrible things about Bitcoin. Up to maybe a year and a half ago, when there's been a switch. Once the enforcement of the agencies that the Biden administration weaponized, and they feel like they had enough resources. They had enough Bitcoin. They have enough crypto. They got the original founders out of there and stuff like that. You start seeing the change. You start seeing embracement of Bitcoin, embracement of crypto, because they know how powerful it's going to be. So now, when you own it, it was bad. When retail people own it, regular people own it, it's bad. But when they own it, it's good. The ETFs is amazing, you know. The investments they're doing in Bitcoin and crypto is amazing. So that's just been the biggest thing. And that has all to do with the arms race, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever controls the more Bitcoin become very powerful. This is exactly why Satoshi is remaining anonymous. This is why he does not come forward if he's still alive. Because he knows the moment he comes forward, he owns the most Bitcoin, he would be killed. It's all about control and dominance. We have to be honest about this, ladies and gentlemen. So financial institutions, bankers, you know, government agencies, even foreign nations, they all know that whoever owns the most Bitcoin would have a head up. It would be very powerful. So this is not financial advice. This is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Things happen. We all want to get paid. We all want to make money. If you're going to sell any assets, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it may be, do not sell your stuff for cheap. Make BlackRock, make Vanguard pay premiums if you're going to sell. If you're going to hodl, then you're good. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But just do not let the FUD that they do deceive you, because you have all the power when you own your assets. You have all the control. Don't give up that power and that control to individuals and entities who want to take that from you. So I'm going to end that here. I love making arms race videos because I feel like it's important. And I'm going to continue to monitor and make arms race videos in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, Michael Ashton Jr. here, your favorite Bitcoin content creator. And I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here and that's. Leave a positive like and comment or two. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're on YouTube trying to get those numbers up, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I like the title of this video. The title of this video is called, Is Donald Trump the Bitcoin President? And before I answer that, just look at the markets ever since Election Day. Look how Bitcoin is up nearly 40K ever since Trump was elected. So regardless of what my answer is, the markets are telling you what their answer is that yes, they believe that he is our Bitcoin president. And that is so valuable, it's so important to the community because of all the things that he had promised to do. And if he delivers on it, it would definitely even be more spectacular, in my opinion. So if you're just looking at this from the outside, you know, is Trump's going to keep his promises? Well, just look at some of his cabinet picks. And, you know, some have been more crazier than others. Some has been some decent people. But he's keeping his promises when it comes to picking his cabinet. He don't care about anybody. He wants his people in there no matter if they're qualified or not. So that could be seen as a plus, in my opinion, because he's staying true to what he's promised in that sense. He said it. He's going to pick his own cabinet. He learned his mistake from the first term. He's picking the people he wants in there. So let's be honest, real about, you know, this whole situation. If Trump do not deliver on all his promises for Bitcoin, that'd be okay. If Trump delivers maybe 20, 25, 30% on Bitcoin, Bitcoin would still go to the stratosphere. Because that 20, 30% of the promises he probably will deliver on will boost the price significantly. So we don't need President Trump to give us everything or do everything he says he's going to do for Bitcoin. It'd be nice, no doubt about that. It'd be nice. But all we need is for him to deliver on the important stuff, like the Federal Reserve or the Treasury hodling Bitcoin, or opening things up and allowing institutions and big organizations to actually hold Bitcoin itself and stuff like that instead of ETFs. That'd be significant in my opinion. That'd be a big deal. But the community, Bitcoin community, and I even throw the crypto community also in here, is that they want a person who don't send the agencies after them. They don't want the SEC thrown after them, the IRS, the Federal Reserve, the Justice Department. They do not want these institutions being weaponized against them just because they love Bitcoin or they like crypto or they like whatever they like, you know. I feel like that's definitely with Trump, you're not going to get that. So that's already an upgrade. It's already a plus, in my opinion. So back to that 25 to 30%. If Trump do follow through on 25 30%, you could be looking at a 500K Bitcoin to a 1 million, $1 million in asset, $1 million in Bitcoin, which is quite significant from where we are right now. So let's watch and see what President Trump does. Let's hope they follow through all of them. But there's no doubt that, in my opinion, we have a Bitcoin president. Anything else, if you don't like Trump or any other things, I got no problem with that. I'm talking about Bitcoin and crypto specifically. We definitely have that in the White House now. And if he follows through on it, he's going to prove it. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Hatton Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me on the X, leave a positive like or comment or two. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. New things, new content coming there, so don't forget to check that out. And this is probably my favorite video that I'm ever going to make, ladies and gentlemen. So sit back and listen to this one. About a few days ago to a week ago, we finally got the news we all wanted. At least I wanted, I've been waiting for it. That Gary Gensler, the corrupt SEC chairman, has said he will resign when Donald Trump takes office. And the reason why he's going to do that, because obviously Donald Trump is not going to retain him. Donald Trump will fire him. He will say, "You're fired, Gary Gensler." So this is news to my ears. This is a positive thing. This is a celebration. People in the crypto community, people in Bitcoin should be celebrating this. We should be drinking champagne, and we should be celebrating that this man is out of a job. Now, I never like to see anybody lose a job. But in this case, I make definitely an exception to the rule. Because there's been nobody in the Biden administration that's been more corrupt than this individual, Gary Gensler. And I'm going to explain why. So Gary Gensler was Joe Biden's #1 attack dog when it comes to the crypto industry, when it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to stalling, when it comes to choke point 2.0. He was the attack dog of the whole thing. That he filed, crazy and unwarranted well-noticed orders and lawsuits against exchanges, against certain projects. He slow walked the Bitcoin ETFs until election year when they thought that Biden was still going to be on the ticket, and then they finally allowed it to go through. But Bitcoin ETFs should have been went through about 4 years ago. They slow walked that, and like I said, the corruption of this man and everything that he stands for is just very eyesore to the whole community, to everybody. Now, particularly the crypto industry would tell you the damage he did to BNB, to SRP, that crazy frivolous lawsuit that they had for 3-4 years before SRP finally won and stuff like that. But that's not the reason why I'm upset with him. Although those are all damaging, those are all frivolous, those have no merit. He knows it. He's just using his power of the agency just to slow down the growth of Bitcoin and the crypto industry, which is also bad. But the #1 thing that I would not forgive him for is this. While Gary Gensler was too busy suing everybody, not doing his job, crazy lawsuits with no merit, he was also sitting down with Sam Bankman-Fried. You remember that? He was sitting down with Sam Bankman-Fried trying to scheme ways to go after Binance, his competition, and try to scheme ways how to hurt his competition so Sam Bankman-Fried and FTS could get ahead. In the meantime, where FTS was doing all the fraud and all the Ponzi schemes they were doing, it's this man's job to catch that and find it. He intentionally turned a blind eye towards that because Sam Bankman-Fried was putting money in his pockets, was giving him kickbacks. And because of that, he was not doing his job. And because the FTS collapsed, sent the whole crypto market, including Bitcoin, into a crypto winter for nearly 2 years. A lot of people lost their asses on that, including me. A lot of people lost a lot of money because of Sam Bankman-Fried. And if this man, Gary Gensler, would have been doing his job, it would never happen. Because they would have found out that it was stealing money from their customers, that it was stealing assets and resources, that they would have a big Ponzi scheme going on, that they're running a $20 billion business by using QuickBooks. He would have found all that out, ladies and gentlemen, if he had done his job instead of sitting down, having dinner with the man, and being bought off. That's why I don't like Gary Gensler, because he's corrupt. There's no doubt that the next SEC chairman will definitely be pro Bitcoin and pro crypto. So that's an upgrade. Anybody other than him would have been an upgrade. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated, see who Trump pitched for that. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for allowing me to rant in this video, which I don't do often, but I have to rant on Gary Gensler because there's nothing good about this man. And I see you guys on the next one, and thank you for watching. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Hassan Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me on X, leave a positive like or comment or two, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We've been on YouTube, we try to get those numbers up, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to jump right into this one, and the only thing I can say is wow, what a time to be alive. Bitcoin has been killing it ever since the presidential election of Donald Trump. There's definitely enthusiasm and there's definitely all-time interest in Bitcoin and how its price is going to behave over the next few months to few years under Trump, or just the next few, cycles. So it's definitely a good time to be alive. There's definitely a lot of positivity in the air, and a lot of good things are happening with the markets right now as it pertains to Bitcoin. Since the election, it's been breaking new all-time highs, left and right. It's been breaking records, and there's no doubt by the time you guys see this video that Bitcoin either will be a few $100s away from the 100K mark, or we're definitely going to surpass the 100K mark before this year is over. There's no doubt about that, in my opinion. We're going to get to 100K. We may get even past that. We probably even get more than that. So we have to keep focusing, to keep watching the markets to see what happens. Another fun fact is, since the election, Google searches for Bitcoin has gone up over 400%. And I've been saying this nearly over a year now, that if Trump gets back in there and he wins, that Bitcoin is going to go bonkers. It's going to go crazy. Because all the promises he made for Bitcoin, all the things he wanted to do, and all the things he said he was going to do pertaining to Bitcoin and pertaining to the cryptocurrency markets as a whole. So there's a lot of optimism. You saw that as soon as he won, the markets went crazy. It kind of went back down to earth, but not really, because it's still particularly high. But you're seeing a lot of momentum right now for Bitcoin as a whole. But I just want to say this before I end this video, that if Trump does follow through on the things that he promised for Bitcoin, 100K mark is just the beginning. We could start having crazy conversations about 200K, 300K, 400K, 500K, and etc. Just because of the demand that the U.S. government under Trump is going to put on Bitcoin and the bullishness. Like I always said, Bitcoin is an arms race. Whoever has the most Bitcoin is going to be particularly the most powerful person or organization or entity on earth. So it's always an arms race, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget that. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to update you with more stuff. But the 100K mark is definitely realistic, and it's definitely in the sights right now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Hassan Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. So don't forget to follow me here on X. Leave a positive like or comment or two. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're now on YouTube. We're trying to get those numbers up, so don't forget to check it out. Now, we're back with a very important Bitcoin video, like I always like to say. And this one is pretty much self-explanatory. This one is called Post-Election Bitcoin Pump Video, which is very self-explanatory in itself. But it's been nearly a week after the presidential election here in the U.S. And what you have seen is, the markets go crazy, like I predicted. Now, if you watched my videos previously before the election, I told you no matter who wins, the markets were going to do pretty well. But if President Trump wins, that the market is going to go crazy. Just because all the bullish things he had promised the community. He promised to be more Bitcoin friendly, more crypto friendly. He promises to name a positive administration towards, Bitcoin. He promised the U.S. Treasury was going to invest in Bitcoin. So as soon as he won, there was no question that Bitcoin was going to go crazy to the moon. And just not just that, but just the whole business community as a whole. I mean, you see Wall Street went up as big as it ever have, just in 1 week. Those big time billionaires, Elon Musk, Bezos, they all make billions of dollars within a short period of time, because Wall Street is also enthusiastic. They're also have a lot of optimism about what President Trump is going to do in his policies. So Bitcoin, it blows past the all-time high. It blows past the $86,000 mark. Potentially by the end of the week, it's going to pass 90,000, and it's just going to keep going. Definitely, President Trump, like I said, the key word is if he follows through on his promises and keep everything that he said he was going to do. But I would like to see him do on day one is fire Gary Gensler. He should do that immediately. Fire Gary Gensler. I guarantee you the markets will go up even more. But the key word right now is Bitcoin adoption. If you see taking policies, the U.S. government taking new policies that's going to help Bitcoin adoption, then the price pump up to the upside is going to be I don't want to say unlimited, but you're going to see some special things happening real soon, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. You see the markets, and as Bitcoin goes, everything else goes. So you see Dogecoin go up, you see all the other altcoins go up. Bitcoin is the asset that lifts all boats, in my opinion. So that's what's happening right now. We want to keep that going. But key word is, like I said in my last videos, is if President Trump followed through with his promises, we're going to be in a very good place. So keep his feet to the fire. Watch what he does. I'm definitely keep making videos to update you guys. But so far, so good. There's been positive things. Pro crypto, pro Bitcoin people being named to the administration. That's a good thing. So I keep you guys updated, no doubt. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Michael Astor Jr. I'm back with another Bitcoin video. Don't forget to follow me here on Nets. Leave a positive like and comment or two. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Good content we've been doing there recently, so don't forget to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I want to wish everybody a happy Easter, happy Passover, or whatnot. I hope you have enough time and spend and enjoy with your family over this weekend. But we're going to jump right into this video, and this video is called Tariffs and the Price of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been growing like crazy. The adoption never stopped. The Bitcoin reserves never stopped. Everywhere from institutional to Wall Street to government agencies, all seem to continue to keep FOMOing into Bitcoin. So the demand for Bitcoin hasn't really stopped. But the only thing that's kind of holding us back right now is this big trade war that we're in. The U.S. and Canada, the U.S. and Mexico, the U.S. and the European Union, and now the U.S. and China. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody because President Trump, he wants to do what's right for the American worker. He wants to have this trade balances, rectified. He wants fair trade, I'm not going to say free trade, but he wants fair trade. He wants reciprocal trade. And, this is what he ran on. So we can't be surprised about anything that's happening. I think a lot of fat cats on Wall Street, they gave him a lot of money. They donated to him thinking that he wasn't going to do this. And one thing I always say about President Trump, believe the man, when he says what he's going to do. Because, he 9 times out of 10, he tends to do it. So when he was running during the campaign, he said that he was going to go and fight China and Mexico and renegotiate these trade deals. I believed him. There's no doubt I did. But that definitely spooked the markets. And as everything, in this global economy, everything's correlated. Most things are correlated. You're starting to see Bitcoin break away from the correlation because most of the Wall Street fat cats had kind of sold out and got rid of their Bitcoin and whatnot. So you're starting to see a little different coordination. And Bitcoin has been holding steady. It's been holding steady between that 85K to 82K mark. So I'm bullish about that. So once this trade uncertainty, get done, and maybe 30 days, maybe 60 days, maybe 90 days, however long it's going to take. Because these fat cats are not going to continue losing hundreds of billions of dollars. So I'm confident that the trade war will come to an end within months. But once it gets rectified, Bitcoin will continue its upward, potential. It will continue to grow. It will continue to hit marks that it probably should have if it wasn't for the trade disputes. So I am bullish than ever, and I see that the community is still bullish than ever. Bitcoin is going to continue to keep building, and that's what I'm seeing. That's a plus. That's a positive. So community, hang in there. Everything's good. You don't have to get worried and get crazy. Everything looks good in my opinion. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you.